something else I wanted to pick up on was students writing for each other to impress each other. A lot of people have said this, but equally, this is a really, really risky thing because what can impress each other is 6, 7, all that kind of stuff. So, how have you found um, moderating or developing almost like that sense of taste for what is good, what is going to win? Because there's both like the teacher taste and the goals of the activity and the lesson. In some ways, like enculturating students to actually value that taste as well and want to achieve that, as opposed to go completely off left field and do a bunch of meme jokes. Have you struggled with that? Is that something you've had to work through, or just your cohort, no problems? They're all just
Oh, no, I
good
struggled
kids.
with it. My year eights are obsessed with putting LeBron James into every single
Yeah,
story. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know why. Um,
yeah.
so I did allow that when we're still sort of learning the program and getting familiar with it. I allow a little bit more freedom. But then as we go on, because
Mm,
I'm a big fan of using this program throughout the year as well. I mean, some units it fits in brilliantly with, some units I don't
mm,
get to use it as much, but I will use it throughout the year. As we go through, that's when I
mm,
sort of start saying, okay, no LeBron James today. We're not doing anything else. What we want to do is we want to focus on
mm,
the thing that the style that we've been reading at the moment or something that we've been looking at. And that's what we're going to sort of look at then. I have to say it is really difficult, but I think that's where Frankenstories can't just be taught or used by itself. That's when it's
mm.
really important with the stuff that we're doing in class and that they're being exposed to quality writing because then they can see that quality writing and actually apply it themselves.
Mm. Yeah, and I'm going to pitch you an idea that I'll
Yeah.
sometimes say to teachers. But for me, it's in a way part of the value of Frankenstories is learning essentially that social emotional regulation, that sort of development of taste. There's a whole bunch of metacognitive social things you're basically training when you do it. The fact that students will often in those first few games write a whole bunch of LeBron 6, 7 sort of stuff is kind of an acid test actually for their metacognitive maturity. And sort of Frankenstories really just exposes that. And I think it's actually a really valuable vehicle for training that. But you as a teacher have to almost like take that on as part of the brief, which can be a real pain for some people. But to kind of go, actually, no, like this is something that we will actively develop over time. Is that does that version of things resonate with you, or do you have a different way of seeing it?
No, absolutely. And yeah, and that's completely my approach. It is something that we look at over time. And you can actually see that in the development of my students. They start with the silliness. And then
Mm,
as time goes on, you see their maturity increase.
mm,
I do have to be very explicit at
mm,
times. So sometimes I will say,
mm,
okay, you can do whatever you want and we'll see what comes out. But a lot of the time it is about, okay, we are not being silly today or anything like that. And I have actually noticed, you're right, it is about that social emotional development throughout time as well. I mean, because that's the students that I'm predominantly doing this with are stage 4, so year 7 and year
mm,
8, because they're the year groups I teach a lot.
mm.
And their mental development is a little bit, obviously, at their early stages. So
Yeah.
for them, the explicit teaching of that is really, really important. But you do see that growth as long as you stick with it.